Yo, what's going on? Blair the Car Guys here the day before YCS San Diego. Really big event. I expect this to be a really big event, not just with the West Coast, but people traveling from there. Um, I just wanted to come with you with a video about just my predictions for what's going to happen at YCS San Diego. So, you already know with the new ban list that we just got, the Spirals got killed. So, just leaves the format open with any deck can pretty much practically win the event no matter what it is. Well, it's like that's of course not like Booges or something. Like, even though I'm rooting for Booges, but like I know that can't win. But like any of the decks that are relevant right now can practically win the event. So I just want to do this video to pretty much just go through the decks and like just pretty much make a prediction of what I think is gonna win the event, and then we'll go through all the decks and like tell them like the pros and cons and everything. But let's get right into it. The first deck, which is pretty much been on the scene right now, everybody's been playing it since Spirals kind of got hit, is the Magician deck. The Magician deck, of course, is pendulums, can get in the free resources to pretty much summon whenever you want, even though it's a little nerfed because of the link format. Will only be able to put one extra deck monster in your extra monster zone, unless you put like a link monster which points the arrows to any other zones. That doesn't really affect the deck as much, because if it opens like a really good hand, not even that really good hand, but a nice hand where they can get harmonizing out and then get Omega, like they get Omega and then clear like one of your hand, like one of the cards in your hand, and then like if you have two other monsters, like seeing what they're playing, you can make a rank for pretty much a flex rank 4 to pretty much like play like counter what your opponent's playing. Like you see they're playing like Mermaid, you can make an Abyss Dweller, you make Bagusco or anything like that, or a Tornado Dragon if it's the mirror match or anything like that. And they pretty much all their monsters get their effects by getting destroyed. So like they just generate so much advantage and everything. But like the thing with pendulum decks, like you have to draw pendulum monsters. So if you draw too many spells that don't do anything, if you open like too many high scales and like no low scales, you can't do anything. Like if you're dual slides or pendulum hog Ash, it can hurt the deck because you have like 3 cards in hand, and like you need multiple cards for pendulums to do their thing. But it's still a strong deck, like a really strong forerunner right now for this event. The next deck I want to talk about is going to be the Trick Stars. A lot of people have been jumping on the Trick Star bandwagon, because out of all the decks, this is a deck where it doesn't take that many cards. It doesn't take that many cards at all to start doing stuff. So you have room to play other cards in the deck, like a lot of hand traps or other like traps or spells or anything like that. Because like, as long as you see a Candina, you can start playing, because you can search the field spell, you can search Reincarnation, which can destroy life players at the right time. And then coupled with, if you open like they search a card, you have Drone Lock and Reincarnation, then it shuts them out of the game outright, because it banishes their whole hand. They can't play, and you already have stuff set up. Especially if you get the Candina Lycoris play, where you bounce the Candina back so you get another search the next turn, which is really good. And even if you just hard draw or hard open Reincarnation, it just makes the deck really good. But like, even though like it's not even really a burn deck, like people like when they see Trick Stars, they think of it as a burn deck. It's not really a burn deck. The burn deck is kind of a secondary thing. Like they can do other stuff to just kill you, like without just burning you. Burning is always a good thing with this deck, but it has other ways to kill. Like it's one of the few decks that can just kill you out of nowhere and you just don't expect it. Like Trick Stars might be I think Trick Stars is gonna be a big forerunner in this weekend too. Like there's a sleeper deck that I'm thinking about, like the Invoke deck. It's a deck that'll make you go that wants to go second and pretty much plays off of you. Like this would be like a road deck. Like it's not necessarily a road deck, but it's road in the sense of like what is popular right now. And pretty much they can just force go second, and pretty much just stick a Mega Bow, which can negate anything, and then couple with hand traps and back row and everything. Because when you play this deck, it's going to be hand trap heavy. You see Ghost Ogre, Droll, Ash, which all of them are fine, because like since all the invoked monsters are different attributes in the extra deck, any of those you can turn into Raiji, you can turn into Purgatorio, turn into Mecha Bug, you can turn into anything. And then also depending on what your opponent is playing, you can turn into whatever it is to take resources out of their graveyard as well. This could be a good sleeper deck. Like that's not in the main deck you're thinking about. Spirals. So I know people were already tired of spirals already, like when they were still at full power, but once it got hit, it really hurt the consistency of the deck. Like really hurt really bad with set rotation being gone, quick fix and drone being put to 1, so it's harder to see. And if they're gone, or if you have to banish the drone to get to get agent back, then it's gone. Unless you play DDR or Barrier from Different Dimension or whatever. But we're never playing those cards. But even though the consistency of this deck is still gone, if you go first or even second, the right 2 cards can still do the full combo. With Trigate Wizard being in the game now, if they open the combo, they stick that with the whole that put like some type of agent, super agent, so they can have the 3 co-links for Trigate Wizard. Firewall if they didn't have to use the effect to bounce if their hand was that broken. Trigate to negate and banish, and then the sleeper or Producer depending on what they stick. And not even just with that, like the trap, the tripwire, or if they had hand traps where they didn't have to discard. The deck is really scary going first if they open. But the thing with this deck, it is really fragile. If they open any interruption or even 2 interruptions, then it's hard for this deck to play. Like, it's still powerful, but it's also a glass cannon as well. Like, I think I'm pretty sure this deck would do well. Like, you'll see a good bit of representation in Top Cut, but if it wins, then the person that wins with Trickstar, or with Spirals, got really lucky. So a new deck that just came out, was going to come out this weekend, is the Magic Bullet deck, or Magical Musketeers, whatever you want to call it. Like, people have been talking about this deck a lot. Like, if you don't know what they do, pretty much all the Magic Bullets have the clause of, if they're on the field, then you can activate the Magical Musket or Magic Bullet spells and traps from your hand. And all the seller traps they do, they have pretty much a Regeki break. They have a Chalice which makes their monster 0, and then also negates the effects. It also has a counter trap which can negate the activation of spells and traps. It has a continuous trap which protects all the Magic Bullets from destruction by card effects, and then they also have one that doubles their attack. So pretty much they can do anything, and then all of them get effects when you play cards in the same column. Like the one cast card right here is just Stratos. They have a Tour Guide, they have a Wolf Bard, they have a D-Draw, they have an Avarice, but like people that decide to play it will probably won't play that. And then the way that this deck shines, like pretty much filler cards that can just activate their effect, like trigger their effects on their turn, which like it could be Desires, it can be Toon Table of Contents, Double Summon, Upstart. Well, if Upstart was at 3, this deck would be really insane. But any card that they can just play in the column underneath them can just trigger their effects and just make the deck go off. But the big con with this deck, they have to have the monster on the field. So if they open too many of the spell and traps, or like can't get a monster or anything to stick on the field, then the deck struggles a lot. But I think this deck will be a really big sleeper, especially the first weekend of this deck being out. A lot of people won't know what this deck does if they haven't done the research, which can be how it like sneaks a couple spots in Top Cut. Another sleeper deck that I think could possibly see some play is like Paleo. The traps are really good. If it's a link deck like Spirals at the right time, if they have Canadia, they can just book the monster before they make the link and like shut down the whole play or any of the other traps. And then Totally Awesome is still a broken card, and then you take the cards that they are playing as well to like use however you want to use them if you want to take them. Dracos can also be like a really sleeper deck. Masterpiece is still broken, and like just make it immune to the right things depending on what deck you're playing, and it's pretty much unbeatable. And then Card of Demise is still like a really broken card. Fuck that card though. Shout out to Noah Green right here. BA, the last couple events like the YCS in Europe and the ARG where Noah finished first in Swiss with BA. A lot of people that are fanboys of this deck will probably go through there. And like this deck, you can still, all you need is 2 BAs and all the other cards can practically not matter because you can still play. Like this deck maxes out on hand traps, and then just you get your BA engine, you get Tour Guide, Phoenix Runner Warriors, Foolish and stuff like that, and the deck can still play and do what it does. It'll be a little harder because of the link format, but it's still like a deck I can expect a lot of people to be playing. ABC is also really good right now, especially with spirals getting the nerf where they're not as powerful in really glass cannoning. So you banish, like they summon quick fix, you banish the quick fix with Buster, and pretty much like the game pretty much almost ends for the deck because they don't have the recurrence to like keep putting that on board and getting searches and everything. It can shut down the whole deck altogether, and other decks as well. Like the Pendulum deck, you just banish the scales, you banish key pieces on other decks, and then that it can also like tagging out the Buster to evade other stuff. And this deck really is lose evenly match. Even if you play traps in this deck or whatever, like real traps, they evenly match you. You get rid of other stuff, but you still keep the Buster, so you can still banish other cards, and then you still can tag out to get the other 3 pieces back onto the field and do it again and make a link, make your decode so you can stick multiple Busters on the field. The big thing that I think the biggest thing, no matter what deck you're playing, is going to shine is going to be the hand traps, depending on like what the hand traps you're going to play in your decks. Ash, like hopefully you were able to get them because they are hella expensive right now. I think they're like what, $80 right now or something. But Ash should be in everybody's deck because there's multiple cards in all of these decks that Ash can have some interaction with. So like if you're going to San Diego, you need to make sure that Ash is in your deck. Borrow them, like take out a small loan and like buy them or borrow them or do something, whatever you gotta do to make sure that these cards are in your deck. But Ash has to be in your deck 100%. Ghost Ogre can be a really good, like it could be a good card in this format as well for San Diego. It's really good against the Magician deck. You hit Wisdom Eye, or you hit the spell. If the trap's already facing up and you draw it later, you can hit the trap. Like you can hit it's not really that good against Trick Stars or Invoked. Spiral, you can hit the double Helix and just to force them to add to their hand, which can be okay, but they're just gonna add Sleeper. Against this deck, like you hit, like I said, just take the cast bar. If they don't have the continuous trap that protects them from being destroyed by card effects, it takes their monster off the board, so like they can't use their traps, spirit spells, traps in your turn. So you have free reign to pretty much do whatever you want. And the only thing you really have to worry about is hand traps, or if they play strikes and warnings and stuff like that, which some builds do. But it just depends on the player and like what they feel is the right call for their deck. Ghost Reaper, it can still see some play. Like if you play against not this deck, if you play against Spirals, going second sided, or even if you decide to be a degenerate main about, which I wouldn't consider, but you sided against like ABC. I don't know if you want to commit a space in your side or extra deck to Dante, but if you do, then more power to you. But still hitting the Helix, like shuts the D deck down. The deck can't do that much at all. It needs Helix to play. Drilling Lock, a lot of the decks search, like pretty much all the decks search cards right now. So Drone Locking can like literally shut down the whole play, especially against the Magician deck and Trick Stars. Like if they go first and activate Terraforming, or if they activate the light stage to search whatever they search, you Drone Lock, it shuts down their Candida play. Like it shuts it down like a big thing. And the biggest card that you have to worry about as well is evenly matched. Like decks that can make a board, like make a really imposing board. Like you need to make sure you have the out for evenly matched, because evenly matched is going to be running rampant. You definitely need this in your side deck or main deck, however you want to do it. If you want to be degenerate, put in your main deck, then that's fine too. But evenly matched definitely has to be somewhere on your deck list, because this card is a game changer, especially going second against like decks that put up like big boards. Hitting the back row on Trick Stars can be a good thing, unless they have reincarnation. But if you go into battle phase, if they have reincarnation, they can just take it out your hand. But it also runs the risk of you drawing another one, or if you have Ash, you can just Ash the reincarnation and then just banish everything else. But against Magicians, like making them banish their scales, especially if they have to commit a whole bunch of resources to it, then like it can be really devastating against the deck, especially if you have plays as well. But that's as far as San Diego goes. My prediction of what is gonna win the event. Honestly, being honest, looking at all these decks, my pick is gonna be possibly Trick Stars. I think Trick Stars is gonna, like whoever the Trick Star player is, they're just gonna sack it out and just draw insane, and then Of course, it's gonna be like a skilled trickstar player, and if you know how to play the deck really well and have knowledge of what other decks do, then you can really go far with this deck. There's like a really good stun deck that only takes like one card to like get it going, and I think that's gonna be the deck that takes it this weekend. But that's gonna be it for the video. What do you think is gonna win the YCS San Diego? I want to hear what you think down below in the comment section. Let us know what you think. What deck is going to win, even if it's a deck that's not up here. You put it down in the comments and let us know. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Make sure if you didn't like the video the first time, make sure you go watch it, and I promise you like it the second time. But it's gonna be Blair the Card Guys. See ya.